In the basic course, we set up an app to create and store business trips and an associated business process. Now your company's employees can create a business trip in the system. And the platform will make sure that the employees in charge get the tasks needed to execute the associated process. In this course, we're going to improve the Business Trips app. Let's start with the app form settings. In the basic course, we worked in the standard mode. Now we'll switch to the advanced mode to enable more features. Note that once you do it, the standard mode will not be available for this app. One of the benefits of the advanced mode is that you can configure the creation, view, and editing forms separately. With the current settings, the employee specifies whether tickets need to be bought. If the employee needs tickets, the office manager is assigned the corresponding task. To buy the tickets, the office manager needs the employee's ID or visa number and the desired dates of the trip. To arrange for this, let's add new fields of the string type, ID, and comment. For the second one, we need to choose the text format. These fields should only be shown when the employee needs tickets. So we have to check the Show Only When a Condition is Met box. Let's set a condition. In the Operand 1 column, we'll select Tickets from the app context. The default operator in the Operation column is equals, and it is the one we need in our case. In the Operand 2 column, let's select Needed. Next, we need to set the Tickets field default value to Not Needed in order to hide the ID and comment fields from the form until the employee selects an option. Now we need to add these fields to the forms. ID needs to be a required field on the creation and editing forms. On the View form, we need to check the Hide if the field is empty box for the ID and comment fields. With these settings, the fields will not be shown if they are not filled out. The employee may want to see the amount of travel allowance he or she is entitled to. To arrange for that, we need to know the travel allowance the company provides and the trip's duration. For example, the company sets daily travel allowance to $15. Let's create a new property in the app context to store this value. The traveling allowance field of the money type. We need to choose United States dollar as currency and set the default value to 15. For now, we'll consider the case when employees enter the trip's duration manually. To let them do it, we need to add the business trip duration field of the number type. Let's add a field to calculate the amount of traveling allowance. We'll choose the money type and the United States dollar currency and set the default value to 0. To calculate the amount of traveling allowance the employee will get, we need to check the Set a Formula for the Field box and enter the formula. The traveling allowance needs to be multiplied by the duration of the business trip. Note that you can only set a formula for fields of the string, number, and money types. Now we need to add the business trip duration and amount of allowance fields to the app item forms. Note that the amount of traveling allowance is calculated automatically, so we need to make this field read-only on the creation and editing forms. Traveling allowance is a constant set by the company, so we don't need to add it to the app form. If the employee is going on a business trip to a client's or partner's office, we need to include this information in the app item form. To let the employee specify the company he or she is visiting, we need to add the "to a client or partner" field to the app context. This will be a field of the app type. We'll link the Business Trips app with the company's app from the CRM workspace. We can make it easier for employees to find the companies they need using filtering. The employee will only see the companies situated in the city he or she is traveling to. To arrange for this, let's check the Add Filter box in the settings of the "to a client or partner" field and set up the filter conditions. Let's create a new filter and bind the address field from the company's app with the destination field from the Business Trips app. Now we need to add the field we created to all app item forms. Let's see how it works. Now employees can specify the client's or partner's company they are visiting on the business trip creation form. If the destination field is empty, the employee will see the whole list of companies in the system. If the employee specifies the city, it will be easier for him or her to find the clients or partners whose address includes this city. The amount of traveling allowance is now calculated automatically. The employee only needs to enter the business trip's duration. The default value of the tickets field on the creation form is not needed, and the additional fields are hidden from the form. If the employee selects Needed, the ID and comment fields will appear on the form. Moreover, ID becomes a required field.